entitled Social Security Changes, a Call to Action. Today's session is going to be a bit of a review and a bit of an update of one that we did back in December. So why are we covering similar ground to the webinar that we did back then? Well, I think there are three reasons. First of all, the grandfathering deadlines for Social Security claiming strategies are approaching fast. The second reason is that the Social Security Administration actually clarified one of the deadlines a short time ago, and so we have better information about that than we did when we did the webinar originally. And then the last reason, and perhaps the most important one, is that my own impression is that clients and financial professionals are only now coming to grips with the magnitude of the changes that were made back in November. So I'm going to spend most of my time today going through some numeric examples that show how the elimination of certain Social Security claiming strategies will cost some of our clients tens of thousands of dollars. The changes for them are more dire than any tax increase that they have ever experienced, and they need to know about the changes so that they can act, and perhaps act fast. Let me say one thing before I discuss the numeric examples and discuss the changes. Please indulge a short commercial for my new book, which, as Lisa said, was written with a CPA and a business broker, titled Sellout. Sellout is designed for an entrepreneur to pick up and read so that she or he can start thinking about the process of transferring the business one day, not only during death, but perhaps during lifetime. The book is designed to be readable and friendly and consistent with the messages that those in the life insurance business might give to their business owner clients. It is available now on Amazon.com. Thank you for that. Now let's get on with the Social Security changes. So depending on who you asked, the Social Security Trust Fund, and when I say Social Security Trust Fund, I kind of think of that as irony. You have to trust that the fund will be available when you're eligible for Social Security benefits. The trust fund was recently projected to run out of money in either 2033, 2034, or 2037, and that depended on who you asked. So Congress and the President decided to act in November of last year. They got together to make changes to Social Security which were intended to start addressing its projected insolvency. So the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015 closed what Congress said were unintended loopholes which were created 15 years earlier when another set of Social Security changes were made. Now, what changes were part of the November legislation? Two things changed. First of all, the file and suspend Social Security claiming strategy has been curtailed in a way that eliminates some of the popular claiming strategies. First, an individual cannot file for Social Security benefits, then suspend those benefits and keep the option open of collecting back benefits that could have been received during the suspended period. And then the second thing about file and suspend is that a person cannot receive benefits, such as spousal benefits, while the other retiree's benefits are suspended. We'll go through examples of that in a second. The second change is that the spousal restricted benefit technique has been eliminated. So now if you file for retiree or spousal benefits, you will automatically file for both, no matter how old you are. What does that mean in the real world? How is the government taking money out of the pockets of those who are about to retire and collect Social Security benefits? Well, let's start with an example. So let's assume John is 66, recently diagnosed with a treatable form of cancer, and his benefit, his Social Security benefit at full retirement age, which is currently age 66, is $1,500. So under the old rules, the technique that John could have employed is this. John files for benefits at full retirement age, and he immediately suspends his request for benefits. So he files but doesn't actually collect. And John just waits. And if John's illness subsequently becomes worse or becomes terminal, he can call up the Social Security Administration and say, hey, please turn on the benefits back to the date at which I had suspended. So in this example, if he filed and suspended it when he turned 66 and he changes his mind at age 70 because his health has gotten worse or he's worried about being terminal, he can receive $72,000 of a lump sum benefit, which is the aggregate benefit that he could have collected if he had turned them on at age 66. So what's the tension? So if he chooses to collect at age 66, his benefit's $1,500 a month. So if he waits to collect at age 70, he'll accrue deferred retirement credits. They accrue at 8% per year to age 70, and he'll actually collect a higher amount, $1,980 a month. So if John is pretty sure he's going to live a long time, it's better for him to wait to collect nearly $2,000 a month than it is for him to collect $1,500 a month starting 4 years earlier. So if he's pretty sure he won't survive through his 70s, the math works out better for him if he collects beginning at age 66. So in this example, he hedges his bet by filing at 66 and then suspending. And under the old rules, he keeps both choices open, the idea that he might collect beginning at age 66 or that he might continue to earn deferred retirement credits and collect a bigger amount beginning at age 70. So what's happened under the new rules? Under the new rules, he cannot use the same file and suspend strategy. He has to decide whether to claim at age 66 or whether to wait to claim at age 70 when his deferred retirement credits will have been maximized. If he waits to file and age 70 realizes that he should have filed at age 66 because his life expectancy is short, then he can only get 6 months of back benefits. In this case, that's $9,000, which is $63,000 less than the lump sum he would have been able to get under the old rules. So he has lost, potentially, in the worst case scenario, $60,000 worth of benefits. So let me ask you a question. If Congress and the President passed a new tax law and you knew a client who was going potentially to have to pay $60,000 more in taxes as a result, would you consider that a reason to go and meet with the client? Let's look at another example. So this time, this is one showing how file and suspend can work in favor of a married couple under the old rules. So let's consider the example of Max and Susan, who are both 66. Max doesn't plan to retire, but he's entitled to Social Security benefits. Susan has not worked outside of the home for most of her life and has no significant benefits available to her based on her own work record. Max's monthly benefit at full retirement age, age 66, is $1,800 a month. So under the old rules, Max could file at age 66, full retirement age, and immediately suspend benefits, which would allow Susan to file for spousal benefits based on Max's record. Even though Max wasn't collecting because he filed and then suspended, Susan would be eligible to receive $900 a month, while Max would continue to earn delayed retirement credits. If Max subsequently files for his own benefits at age 70, he's going to get $2,376 in monthly benefits instead of $1,800. So that's the benefit to him for waiting to collect. At age 70, his own benefit plus Susan's would have been $3,276 per month. So under the old rules, Susan could collect spousal benefits of $900 a month even though Max wasn't actually collecting his own retirement benefit. He filed and suspended. What's changed as a result of the new rules? So under the new rules, Susan is not eligible for spousal benefits until Max is actually collecting his own benefits. So if Max files and suspends, Susan cannot collect spousal benefits. If Max and Susan both wait until Max reaches age 70 to collect benefits, Max's own benefit and Susan the spousal benefits, they're going to lose out on approximately $40,000 worth of spousal benefits that Susan could have drawn under the old rules. The math's pretty easy. Susan would have gotten $900 a month. In a 12-month year, that's over 10 grand. 4 years between 66 and 70 means $40,000 plus of benefits that Susan has missed out on. So let me ask you the key question. If Congress and the President passed a new tax and you knew a client who was going to potentially have to pay $40,000 more in taxes as a result of the new law, would you consider that a reason to go and meet with the client? One more example. Let's talk about Chip and Sheila, who have an example of a strategy that worked under the old rules, which coupled file and suspend with a restricted application for spousal benefits. So Chip and Sheila, both eligible for a projected monthly Social Security retirement benefit at age 66 of $2,500 a month. They both have work records and they both have generous Social Security retirement benefits projected for each of them based on their respective work records. So under the old rules, Chip could file for his retirement benefits at full retirement age and then suspend receiving benefits. So as soon as Chip filed and suspended at his full retirement age, Sheila, who is also full retirement age, could file a restricted application to start collecting spousal retirement benefits only. So she's filing an application to collect spouse benefit, not her own retirement benefit. At age 66, she'd be entitled to receive, as a spousal benefit, $1,250 a month, which is half of Chip's benefit. So Sheila collects spousal benefits only, not her own retirement benefit, at her full retirement age, based on Chip's suspended application. And she does this because she files a special restricted application for spousal benefits only. And that's how the strategy worked. If she had simply filed for benefits at age 66, not filed a restricted application, she would have gotten the bigger of her own retirement benefit of $2,500 a month or the spousal benefit of $1,250. While her own benefit of $2,500 is bigger, and so she would have just gotten her own benefit and would have been locked into that for the rest of their life. So what did Chip and Sheila achieve under the old rules by doing this special technique? Both continue to earn delayed retirement credits until until actual retirement age, which optimally will be age 70. And age 70, each of them gets a monthly retirement benefit of $3,300. So by employing this technique, Sheila gets the best of both worlds. She gets a spousal benefit between the ages of 66 and 70, and she earns delayed retirement credits on her own benefit beginning at age 70. So it's really the right strategy to employ, particularly if Chip and Sheila feel like they're going to live a long time. So what has changed under the new rules? Under the new rules, restricted application and file and suspend are both going away, so the technique will no longer be available. If Chip and Sheila both want to maximize deferred retirement credits, they will probably both wait until age 70 to claim, because that's the way that Sheila can get deferred retirement credits on her own retirement benefit. Sheila will lose out completely on spousal benefits between 66 and 70. She can't file a restricted application anymore, and that will cost their family $60,000. let me ask you the same question I've been asking you to this point. If Congress and the President passed a new tax and you knew a client who was going to potentially have to pay $60,000 more in taxes as a result, would you consider that a reason to go and meet with the client? Well, I think the answer to that is yes, and I think that's, at the end of the day, what I'm suggesting to you. The changes are an opportunity for us to go and talk to our clients, talk to them about the changes, and to serve them better. So when you go and meet your clients who are in their 50s or 60s or even in their 70s in the next few weeks, and that's the time frame where it makes a lot of sense to go meet with them, here are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, if someone is already locked into a claiming strategy, they've locked into it with the Social Security Administration, they're grandfathered. The second piece of information, which is a bit of good news, I suppose, is that survivor benefits, not spousal benefits, but survivor benefits, where the retiree or the Social Security eligible employee has died, may still have some restricted application opportunities. It's spousal benefits that the restricted application technique's been eliminated. Survivor benefits may still have certain techniques available to them. And then the last thing is that there still may be some time for some of your clients to take advantage of these strategies. So let's talk about the grandfather dates. The changes do not take effect immediately, but those that are full retirement age or will reach full retirement age before April 30th, 2016 can still take advantage of file and suspend as long as they file and suspend on or before April 29th, 2016. The Social Security Administration about 10 days ago just clarified the fact that April 29th is the deadline to file and suspend if somebody is eligible. And then the other grandfather date is those that have reached age 62 by the end of last year will still be able to file restricted applications when they reach full retirement age. They won't be able to take advantage of file and suspend, but they can file restricted applications for spousal benefits when they reach full retirement age. So what are the lessons for those of us who are on this call today? First of all, I think the first observation is that the changes are drastic. They're going to impact Social Security filing strategies for millions of people. The second thing is those in their early 60s who might have been depending on these strategies to maximize retirement income will be affected most. And then now's a good time to reach out. If you were trying to think of a reason to meet with your best clients in their 50s and 60s during the first quarter of 2016, this is it. Some of those clients may have lost tens of thousands of dollars in projected retirement income without realizing it. It's up to you to educate them and help them shore up their retirement planning with sensible financial strategies and products that aim to make up the shortfalls that they are facing. To wrap this up, let me say if we at Advanced Underwriting Consultants can help you serve your customers with tax information or other consultative advice, please let us know. Thanks for joining the webinar today, and good luck to you as you sort out these new retirement planning challenges with your clients and prospects. Lisa, do you have a few closing thoughts?
I sure do.